Well, a major milestone for Israel in its war on terrorism, the IDF has dismantled Hamas's military capabilities in northern Gaza. And now they can focus on other parts of the Gaza Strip. Israel is also facing growing attacks from Hezbollah along the border with Lebanon. Well, CBN Middle East correspondent Julie Stahl has that story.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is making it clear Israel must continue its battle in Gaza until it achieves total victory.
We must not stop the war until we complete all its objectives. The elimination of Hamas, the return of all our hostages, and the promise that Gaza won't pose a threat to Israel anymore.
Over the weekend, IDF spokesman Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari explained some of the challenges of the war in a briefing to the nation. He says one of the main goals is dismantling Hamas.
Hamas battalions use a complex underground system with infrastructure to manufacture weapons, war rooms, command and control centers, and the capability to launch rockets from above and below ground. The terrorists move between different areas in the Gaza Strip using this infrastructure, allowing them to do so covertly.
Hagari said there are 5 objectives: eliminating Hamas commanders, ground combat against the terrorists, gather intelligence from computers, maps, communication devices, locate and destroy rockets, weapons, and sites where they are manufactured, and destroy the underground infrastructure.
This is the Gaza Strip. It covers 365 square kilometers and its population is over 2 million people. This is the northern Gaza Strip, where we began our ground operation and have been fighting for the past 3 months. In the northern Gaza Strip, Hamas had 2 military brigades with 12 battalions in total, consisting of about 14,000 terrorists total.
He said Israel has accomplished its goals in northern Gaza and is now turning its attention to southern Gaza. Israeli troops located a 320-foot-long strategic tunnel shaft leading to a weapons production site. The IDF says their forces found proof that under Iranian guidance, Hamas terrorists learned how to operate and build precise components and strategic weapons and gain technological knowledge in the field. They shared images of what they said was a rocket engine and a Hamas-developed warhead of a cruise missile. And Hamas wants its ideology passed along to the next generation. In an interview with NBC's Meet the Press, Israeli President Isaac Herzog revealed the discovery of a document detailing Hamas's plan to host and train children in summer camps to hate Jews, promote religious extremism and violence, and make them the terrorists of the next generation.
It's a brochure, which is a directive by the commanders of Hamas as to how to manage summer camps for children in order to disseminate the values of jihad. It says it clearly, to disseminate the values of jihad and the values of the resistance, meaning terror, and how to make it a militarized society.
And U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken has been traveling throughout the Middle East before arriving in Israel. He's expected to press for a shift to lower intensity fighting as he warns that the fighting could spread beyond Gaza. Israel is indeed warning of another war in the north as Hezbollah marked the 3-month anniversary of the war by stepping up its attacks. Israel retaliated, striking what it called significant Hezbollah military assets in a compound used by Hezbollah's surface-to-air missile unit. And a Lebanese security official says an Israeli airstrike has killed a senior Hezbollah commander in southern Lebanon as the fighting near the border heats up. Julie Stahl, CBN News, Jerusalem.
Well, this fighting will likely last for months. That's the prediction of the Israeli government and the IDF. And we need to be forearmed against all the propaganda that's happened. Just go back to October, the beginning weeks of this, and the attack on that hospital. It turns out it was a rocket fired by Hamas. But in the initial aftermath, the news media bought into this false narrative from the Gaza Ministry of Health, which is a propaganda arm of Hamas, that somehow or other Israel had bombed this hospital. Then Israel comes out and says, well, underneath that hospital is a network of tunnels, And the terrorists are using it. Hamas is using this to both manufacture weapons, to hide their soldiers, and to have communication networks. Well, that was absolutely laughed at in the media and in commentary, and it turns out all of it is true. As Israel has gained control of northern Gaza, the tunnel network is evident for everyone to see, and it's very sophisticated. This isn't hand-dug tunnels. They used borers to do this, and they did it 150 feet below the ground. These are embedded networks of tunnels that aided the terrorists, and they continued to fire rockets. As this war continues, keep in mind one fact: Hamas still holds the hostages. Hamas is still firing rockets into Israel, and Hezbollah is joining them, firing rockets into Israel from Lebanon. What nation would allow a neighboring country to do that? Nobody. Israel has a right to defend itself. It has a right to wipe Hamas out.